Tell me about the town that you're from, what it's like back home.
It's really just, it's all country out there. Ain't much correspondence. We're all spread out and stuff. I spent most of my time outdoors just fishing, hunting, playing football and stuff. Just normal stuff that everybody does, but I usually stayed to myself, other than my family. I didn't associate with other people and stuff. I don't know. I've always been a shy person, so just.
So how would you describe being in an adult maximum security prison to people on the outside who have no idea what it's like inside a place like this?
It's hard, but you can't really adjust to it, but you gotta try and do the best you can. I mean, ain't no freedom. You don't get to choose what you wear, eat, none of that stuff. Everybody wears and eats the same stuff. You just ain't got no freedom. That's probably the hardest thing is freedom.
This place is unimaginable unless you've been here. I mean, it's prison. That's the best way I can say it. It's prison. Stories you've heard about prisons, they're, getting jumped, gang fights, race riots. It's all true. Like I said, there's people in this unit that are always out to get you. It's like being locked in a room with 23 people that hate you. I mean, it's no place to make friends. Our beds are pretty much a little thin green mat, really thin, lay on, and of course, steel. We only have one drawer. It's pretty loud. I mean, we get, unlike the only one in the room that actually has an actual pillow, we get 2 blankets, a regular little blanket. Our desks, of course, are bolted to the wall and the floor, so you can't pick them up and throw them at anybody. Half of our lockers have broken combinations because inside of the little combination chamber, there's a little metal thing that you can use as a key to lock it because we don't know the combinations to them because these lockers have been here since this place has been open. That's why these things are all broken. And some of them, you gotta kind of use a little force. But in some of the lockers, there's a white strip that goes down, like a little guide strip that goes all the way down this thing. Some people can take it out and use it to whip people, stuff like that. Our light switch doesn't work. It's just a little touch sensor switch. It doesn't work because of the lights. They have to stay on at night. We're not allowed to sleep with our lights off anymore because people were getting beat up, raped, all of the above you can think of in the rooms because it was so dark. So I'm used to sleeping with the light on now. And rooms are always dirty because I have dirty roommates. And that's pretty much my room.
This is the secured housing unit. We have 2 sides. We have B3 and B4. This is B3 side right now. It's the long-term program. Administrative seg for the people that they can't handle on the outside of GP. They get in trouble, so they get placed into here. And it's a time from 1 month to 8 months to however long they're gonna keep themselves down here.
Is this a walking and talking? Or?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and just show us what you have there.
Okay. Well, as you can see, this is the open day room. They do have access to the phones on a daily basis, once a week, on the weekends. Depends on the level, how many rooms they do get. We do have the shower facilities. If you want to come in here, as you can see, with the showers, they are a secured shower, so we can do 2 offenders at the same time. and it does keep them from harming each other or themselves, and it keeps them secured in here. Okay?
They showered every day?
Shower every day, every night. All right, they get the opportunity to shower every night as long as they get asked. Property room, storage room. We have 24 rooms throughout the facility. On each side, we can house up to 48 people altogether. Okay? Each room is secured. You can see it does have a bolt. You have the cuff port so we can access in and out with the cuffs, shackles, handcuffs, so on and so forth. The deadbolts does add an added security. Okay? Throughout the facility, we have the only thing. We do have watch tours right here. Every 15 minutes, we do go through and hit the watch tour. It's just an added security check for us so they can go in. Okay? You do have certain offenders that don't like people, and they're Hancock. You do have the windows with the bars. Again, it's a more secured unit. They can't break in, break out.
Goddamn liar, I can hang myself and they would find me to the next day.
Okay.
My goddamn drink.
With the plastic, you do have plastic on one side, you got plastic on the inside. On both sides, that keeps people from throwing urine or feces or anything else spitting out at us. It adds double security for us.
That bullshit about the watch tour, I can hang myself and they would find me the next day.
Besides that, I mean, it's just a secured unit. We get people in, we get people out. They move from the rec units and everything else. If you want to come to the other side, I'll show you the outside rec pad, the classrooms, the schools. Intake, once they do get intaked in, they do come through the front doors here. It's a double ported sally. Same as with this door, as you can see. You do have the two doors, they're secured. One coming in, one going out. One door open, once the other one closes. So it's the process, they both can open at the same time to keep people from going in and out. Airlock, kind of like an airlock. If they do get in here, they're stuck in here. Okay? The only person that can open it up is through the control or with the master key. All right. As with their levels and everything, we do have a commissary box. They can put in their commissary needs, hygiene, radios, so on and so forth. So they do get their commissary. They pay for their own money. Healthcare grievance box, so if they do have a problem. So. Treatment room. We do have a treatment room. This is where they come in for the counseling, their treatments, securities, so on and so forth. Last one we had is the anger behavior. So they did come here with the counselors, talk to them, everything else, so they did go through with all that.
So the kids that are in this unit stay in this unit and they get their treatment and their education here?
They get their treatment, their education. This is their new homes until they decide to get their levels and get out of here themselves.
Okay, when you say get their levels, what do you mean?
Their levels, as far as it's a behavior process, they keep on coming up. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, release. So the better they do, and they go up every 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, depends on the program that they're in. They go up into the counselor talks to them. It depends if they've gotten any majors, if they've been good, they've been respectful, just based on their behavior. The better they are, the quicker they get their levels.
Okay, and when you say release, do you mean release from the facility?
Release from the unit. Release back into the unit so that they can become part of GP again. Usually when they do get released from the secured housing unit, they do get up into a medium level. So you're looking at a 3 or 4, so they don't start back off at 1. So.
And cover it.
Again, the other half of the unit, we have the same rooms and everything else. Here's a room. As you can see, they do get the mat, the blanket. The bars are covered. They do have the security on both sides of the rooms and everything else. They have the toilet facility. They also have running water, hot and cold, on both sides. Security camera. So we can do 24-hour surveillance on them. So they can be watched to make sure they're no harm to themselves, nothing else, because they do have to be under observation while they're in here. They're juveniles, just to make sure the safety's there. There is a microphone intercom system. So if there is a problem, they can come up and call control, ask for control. You know, they need toiletry items. They have a question. There's something wrong with their rooms. Beyond our going through, they can stand there and talk. So. As far as with the inside, I'm showing you with the screen. We do have the screens and everything on the inside too. That keeps them from busting through, throwing stuff out, and for security reasons. So.
Door seems a little banged up.
The scratch paint, I mean the doors themselves, they're not going to get through the doors. It's just cosmetic wise.
How destructive are these kids?
Depends on the person. I mean, you give somebody enough time, because that's what they have. They have tons of time. They can be very destructive. Some of them are good, but a lot of them are very destructive. And we've had some in the past. They've tore the chairs out of the wall. They busted the sprinklers. They busted this out. They, you know, structural damage on the walls. You give somebody enough time with something, they are going to create damage.
How dangerous is this for your staff?
As long as they're behind the door, the safety and security is great. Once we have to go in there and, you know, secure him, we have to go through the proper procedures and everything else. Our staff properly trained and everything else, and they do follow the policy and the guidelines. They are safe and secure, and they are going to remain safe. It's still a dangerous job. I'm not going to say it's not, but as long as you follow the protocols and the safety, we're going to be safe. So.
Can I get you to snap this again, please? Take your hand out for a sec. Open it and take your hand away. Okay, so 1 second. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Here.
So.
How many offenders are in your unit right now?
Right now we have 23. We have 23 right now. Not including ones that are on the rec pad, but as far as general population in the unit, we have 23 that's housed here right now.
And you can have as many?
24.
In the whole unit?
The whole unit, there's 24 on each side. We can have 48 total. The rest of the rooms, as far you can see, we do have cameras monitored constantly throughout the unit. There's a camera, there's cameras, always under observation for our safety and also for the offender's safety as well.
Show us a classroom.
Yes, the classroom. This is our inside rec. In case it is raining, we do have an inside rec so they can rec inside. Push-ups, sit-ups, we got a pull-up bar, so, but it's a secure door, cuff port.
This is a room right now.
Yeah. Our classroom. As with our classroom, you do see we do have the books. We have reading material for them. Books that are donated, books that the teachers go out and find. So, you know, every book that we get is a help. Throughout the community, we get them throughout the school, funds and everything else. Dictionaries, school books, and they're learning the same equivalents as what they are in high school and grade school and everything else, so.
How often do the offenders here come to the classes?
Well, we started a new program. What we're doing now is they are gonna, with the Impact program, they are going to come to school every day. So they are going to get training. If they do not come in the classroom, they do get schoolwork throughout their rooms, except on the weekends. You know, it's just like a regular school system. They do get books, in their rooms. They can read. They get one book, one Bible, or religious material of their choice. So they do get material to put in their rooms. Right here, higher levels. We can have more in here. They get to walk around. They get to do their schoolwork themselves. So again, it gets them out of their room. They get more time because they are higher levels. It's one of those things that they do earn. They do have the broadcast TV system where they do with the TV and they broadcast throughout their, a lot of schools are doing that now where they're doing teleconferencing and everything else. Again, security camera is in here. Security is very important. You know, it's above all the first safety of everything. So I can show you our outside rec pad. Again, our outside rec pad.
Can I get you?
I'm sorry, could you mind, if you could avoid saying again?
Okay. I'm sorry. It's a habit.
Thank you. Good, that's thank you.
Our outside rec pad. We have 3 cages for them. They are secured.
Officer Patterson, shoot.
With the rec cage, you do have the razor wire. It is a secured system. You do have the fence, the secured fence. It does keep them, gives them exercise. They can walk back and forth. It's not much of an area. But again, they all saw that in GP.
0421
Exercise, they walk, talk. Braining, we can't bring them out. Mostly, they get out some fresh air. They get a chance to get fresh air, they get a chance to walk around. And there's one on this side, and there's also one on the B4 side, the short side. So the short term.